Okay, we've already learned that the mirror system would be a valuable asset in a species that depends on collaboration for success. Being able to imitate with high quality, being able to understand the actions of others. Why are they doing the behavior they're doing? Resonating with the emotions of others. These would all be very valuable in a social species where cooperation was the key to success. Another way to see the relevance of this mirror system and the capacity for empathy is in a concept called social referencing. It's another way that we, as social species, can learn about our world without the downside of having to actually experience dangerous things. Here's how it would work. So, the mirror system can facilitate learning about objects and events in the world indirectly. And the indirect part of it is going to be the social part, because we're going to be learning from somebody else about the nature of the world without us actually interacting in it in the negative way. So let's say a child brings some object to his or her mother, right? Now, initially, the child is not showing any aversive response or reaction. The child is maybe just showing curiosity. What is it? But the mother, upon seeing the object, she shows visible disgust. I'll leave it to your imagination what it is the child brings to the mother, but the mother's response is immediate and intense disgust. Now, think about it from the kid's point of view. Their mirror system is going to be now perceiving the disgusting facial expression, right? And the intact system is going to be generating a similar sort of response in the child's brain itself. So the learning systems in the child brain is going to associate the object with disgust, even though the kid did not initially have a disgust reaction. Since the child can sort of reproduce the mother's disgust response, the child's brain is now able to link the object with disgust, and so in the future the child will not bring that same object to mother. So in this way, it is the response of others in our environment that can help tune up our brain to learn about objects in our world. But we didn't have to have the initial disgust response uh, to link disgust with that object, because other people in our environment can do it for us. But that only works if we have a mirror system that can reproduce in ourselves the emotions that others are having. So we can learn the values of things by watching and feeling the reactions of others. So we don't have to experience the event ourselves. And this is called social referencing. Think of another example. The child, and here let's take a look at some possible responses of some parents, right? So the child and the parents are in the kitchen, and the child is just about to reach over and put their hand down the garbage disposal, and then they're about to flip the switch, and this is what the child sees in their parents' faces, right? So in other words, the intact mirror system can reproduce this aversive stimulus here in the child's brain, and that can stop the child from doing that action. And then this negative emotional stimulus then can be associated with that action of sticking the arm down the garbage disposal, and so the child then in the future won't do that behavior, right? So the kid never got harmed, but what has happened is that a functional mirror neuron system and functional emotional systems allow the child to learn to associate negative emotions with certain actions without ever having to experience the consequences. The kid did not have to lose some fingers in order to link up negative emotions with a proposed action. Because the child has a mirror system, they can do what we call social referencing. They can learn about the world without experiencing directly the consequences of dangerous actions. And finally, let's make that connection back to the psychopaths. So if we imagine a normal individual witnessing these expressions, the normal individual's brain will reproduce some of those negative emotional responses in their own brain, and then be able to link that with the action, and so avoid the action in the future. A psychopath's brain, though, remember, if they see these negative expressions, if they fail to reproduce those emotions in their own brain, then it cannot be used as a learning signal. It won't be associated with the proposed action, and therefore they won't be able to learn from the reactions and responses of others in their environment.